If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Brady shut out for the first time in 5,488 days. He's now 0-4 against the Saints in the regular season, but he did beat him in the playoffs on his way to winning a Super Bowl. But don't let that really important stat get in the way of somebody telling you that somehow, some way, the Saints own Brady, because, you know, they don't. Anyway.
Tom, I know it's very rare for you to get shut out or your team, but when you lose Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Leonard Fournette, that had to be a big part of today, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we just didn't execute great, obviously, and just a tough night, so didn't do much anything right. So we got to get a lot better. Got to get back to work. There's a lot of football left, and see if we can go get a win next week.
Tampa's going to make the playoffs. They're going to win this division, all right? And we saw them get blown out by the Saints in the second half of the year at home last year, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl.
You know, obviously the young guys, I was hoping they'd step up a little bit more, the receivers. And overall, we just dropped too many balls, too. I mean, when we did have some guys open, and they did a good job playing. You know, they played that hard man-to-man, and we did not do a very good job of getting open.
All right, and again, it's the regular season. So Tom Brady's like, listen, man, they don't give out rings on your finger for what you do in the regular season. So 0-4 didn't matter, because even though I didn't win the division last year, I'm still going to win the division this year, and that's just the way it goes.
The line of scrimmage, just what their defensive line did to pressure Brady. I think they got to him for 4 sacks and kind of start things there.
Yeah, it's all coverage, you know. I mean, we like to get the ball out of our hand quickly. They play that tight man and 2 deep safeties, and you know, took some of those away and then made us hold the ball.
Bruce, you guys had put a lot in wanting to be able to win a division title on your home field. How much does it hurt? You guys are going to win this division at some point, but how much does it hurt not to have that? It
hurts more losing all the players we lost. We lost about 7 starters in this game, so I'm more concerned about that right now.
3rd and 9 here in the second quarter. Brady, Chris Godwin, and that was a hard hit by P.J. Williams. He goes low. Godwin heads to the tent. He would not return to the game. Next possession for Tampa. It's 3rd and 4. Brady, Mike Evans. Oh, how about that catch? Make a play on the ball. Well, Evans does it as well as anybody. He's got a sore hamstring. He's out there. And then he's walking off. He's upset. We're in the 3rd quarter now. Leonard Fournette. 8 yards and then bam. Hit there, and then watch the leg come down and fall awkwardly. He would head to the locker room with a hamstring injury. He would not return.
But when you look at Antonio Brown possibly coming back and knowing what they have and what the injuries that we saw, your concern is where, JJ?
Well, it's with Chris Godwin. Just because of how effective he's been, how often Tom Brady has targeted him. It would certainly be with Chris Godwin because they've played without Mike Evans. You know, he's had some soft tissue injuries, and those things have happened. Chris Godwin is one of the toughest guys on that team. I remember last season, or in the last offseason, when there was a question of, they're going to franchise tag him? Could they possibly work out a long-term extension? Are they going to let him walk, which is obviously not the biggest option? I was told by people in that building, he is known throughout that locker room as one of, if not the toughest guys on the team. Those guys absolutely love playing with him, and to have him not be there is a bit of a hit for them. It's a bit of a locker room and morale hit, but certainly on the football field, it is a hit. Yes, Antonio Brown's going to come back. He can play some of Chris Godwin's role. You don't have another Mike Evans, certainly that height and speed and size out there on the outside, but it's Godwin who really was turning into that next wide receiver who in the offseason is going to be paid like a top 3 wide receiver. Missing him for any amount of time is going to hurt. Hopefully all of these guys, it's just very short term.
Obviously, the injuries played a big part tonight, but this Saints defense has handled you guys better than anybody else. What makes them do that? What has allowed them to beat you guys in 4 regular season games like this?
They're pretty good. They got a really good defense, really good scheme. Tough to go against. Well coached, a lot of great players, a lot of veteran players. They played together for a long time, so they did a great job. This team led the NFL in points coming into Week 15.
And I don't know what I just saw. I mean, it's simple. What the heck was that?
Defense, defense, defense. That's what we saw. Taysom Hill didn't do anything prolific. Alvin Kamara didn't do anything prolific. It was all about Cam Jordan and that New Orleans Saints defense.
But this isn't the best defense in football.
No, it just
How do they shut them down?
They just match up well against Tampa.
They do.
What does that mean, though, JJ?
They do match up well, but here's the other part of the matching up is they were without Chris Godwin for half the game. They were without Mike Evans for half the game. They didn't have Antonio Brown in this game. And frankly, after we just saw those injuries, which we are obviously going to monitor, we'll see just how quickly Antonio Brown comes back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now that his 3-game league-imposed suspension is over.
And Coach, just before the game, Jason Light said on the Buccaneers radio network that Mike Edwards and Antonio Brown will be rejoining the team next week. Can you just speak to what went into that decision to bring both players back?
Yeah, it's in the best interest of our football team, and both those guys have served their time, and we welcome them back.
But the playoff picture for me, I'm still okay with the Buccaneers because we don't know how significant these injuries are. And worst case scenario, they will get a home playoff game. That's huge. And they have a defense that clearly they lost the game today, but their defense kept them within reach until the final second.
Yeah, there's no touchdowns in the game by either team, right?
Exactly.
No touchdowns in the game by either team.
Hey, Coach, along those lines, do you have an update on any of these players with the injuries, Mike, Chris, Lenny, Levante?
No, 2 or 3 hamstrings. Obviously, Chris's knee, Levante's foot, Leonard's a hamstring. So we'll wait and see.
Anytime they got into a 3rd and 6 or longer situation, it seemed like Tom Brady was flat on his back.
Bruce, you guys struggled in some short yardage situations. On a 3rd and 2, there's a deep shot to Jalen Darden that's incomplete. The 4th and 1, it's a deep shot to Gronk that's incomplete. Keyshawn Vaughn failed to get a yard on 3rd and 1. Can you explain the rationale in taking such deep shots for those first 2 I mentioned when you needed 1 or 2
Yeah, I
yards?
think it was just the man-to-man who was single covered, and they, I'll take that Gronk matchup most times, and whether he was interfered with or not. But I'll still take that matchup.
That doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, that hasn't happened this late in the season since 1970. So Brady shut out as a starting quarterback for the 3rd time in his career, believe it or not. First time in 15 years. The last time in December 2006 in Miami. So that was a road game. Sunday, the first time in his career he was shut out at home. This is 180th career home start.
Tom, after you threw the interception, looks like you had some words with Dennis Allen. What was discussed there?
Nothing, just football.
But our kicking game, our kickers let us down also. I mean, this is between the offense and the kicking game. It cost us the game. The defense played good enough to win.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day. Thanks for watching.